You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Beverly against Williams. Shot clock at 6. And it's slammed in by Howard.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Rockets ahead, opening up a huge gap. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. They've got Brewer. McDaniels is out there with Terry. Then there's Moniunas, and it's Capella in at the 5. Here's McDaniels. Dishes it to Moniunas. And it's Terry off the drive. Rebound by Williams.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Shot by Terry, no good.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Williams can't hit.
He can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Houston?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Tarek Black. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass. And Kobe is subbed in for Brown. Good.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
And another shot. Kobe attacking. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. The Rockets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Now Harden. Over in the corner, Beverly. They get it again. Pass to Moniunas. Harden outside. And he hammers that one down right in the face of Roy Hibbert. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
And the Lakers making a change here. Clarkson's checked in.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Simply delaying the inevitable here, Greg. I mean, at this point, even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Kicks to Randle.
2 minutes remaining.
The 3. Moniunas grabs the miss. Houston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Ariza with it. Picked up by Hibbert. Moniunas no luck. LA's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Clarkson And again, no good by the Lakers. Harden, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Rockets.
But, Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment to
Well,
them.
you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Harden. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
He just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. Caught him off guard with that move. It definitely had the element of surprise. Nobody expected him to bust out a spin, but it worked beautifully that time.
And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
The Rockets making a switch here. Smith has checked in.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win. Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Terry, the pass to Smith. No good with the layup.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
At the line for your Lakers, Brown.
That free throw good from Brown.
2 shots.
And Brown drops them both. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Screen by Smith. And Terry up top. He's covered by Clarkson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
That one misses. Here's Huertas. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. So we see the Rockets taking the win here to come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight.
It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. You brought a lot of money, but me, I'm catching tidy tummy. You make me sleep. I try and try, and I start to be sensible. You know what I mean? And so it's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. And next time
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. Here at the Verizon Center, the fans in Washington, D.C. amped up for their Wizards. Here's the starting group for Houston. Everly and Harden. They're the backcourt. Modi Yunus and Howard the post pair. And it's Ariza in the small forward. To the right side. Porter, no luck. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Passes it to Howard. Now the feed to Modi Yunus. It's Harden with the drive. 6 to shoot. And they'll keep possession.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division, and as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs, but the Rockets took care of business in that series. And
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Screen by Howard. Ariza goes in. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Harden, no good.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Wall dishes to Beal. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
And Beverly kicks to Howard. And the layup falls. Wizards have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Wall. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Washington's offense last year looked solid on paper, but in reality, it was much tougher to defend against. They could hurt you in a number of ways.
And the Wizards, Kevin, could get you in transition, but they could also, as you mentioned, they could get you with their half-court sets. Top 10 in field goal percentage as well as 3-point percentage last season.
And the Wizards making a change here. Dudley's checked in. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. And a switch here also for Houston. Jason Terry, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. It's Harden with the drive. Here's Beasley. The Rockets with another miss.
And, you know, for the Wizards, it wasn't just how they scored, but who scored. I mean, they ended the season with all 5 starters averaging double-digit points, and that's a rarity.
And Wall kicks to Dudley. Beal from long range. Nene, the pass to Wall. That's good. And that's now 6 points here for Beal. Rockets trail by 4.
And thinking back to the Wizards having all of their starting five scoring in double digits last year, those are the kinds of teams that coaches hate to plan against. Any given night, one of them can step up and hurt you, and you just couldn't plan for where their points were going to come from.
The Rockets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor, something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And, guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
There's a minute left here in the first quarter. Here's Dudley, and he dunks it down.
Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
He dishes it to Sessions. And the rebound goes to Jason Terry.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And it's slammed in by Brewer.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
And Sessions kicks to Dudley. Dishes it to Nene. And it's the Rockets on the break. Terry's got the ball. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. The Wizards with the lead. Here's Temple. Drills the three-pointer. Terry against Sessions. It's Harden with the drive. Comes up empty down low.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to
and that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Wizards. They lead by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Markieff Morris is out there with Gortat. And it's Dudley in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. This one for 3. And it's Beverly missing. And so it's Washington with it. It's Wall with the drive. Here's Morris. Who's back up? That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Moniunas dishes to Beverly. Moniunas passes to Howard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Porter's checked in for Washington. Left side Ariza. Howard kicks to McDaniels. Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Morris. Pass to Wall. Kicks it to Gortat. Here's Porter. They get it again. Nice ball movement by Washington. Over to the left wing. Rebounded by Howard.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
The Rockets were terrific on the road last season, Clark. Tied for second with the Clippers for the most road wins in the league.
26-15, although if you want to get picky about it, they had one of those wins in Mexico City, so maybe 25.5 road wins for them.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
Tell you what, book. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
The Rockets have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. And he can't hit the second. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history. And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial.
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Temple comes in for Markieff Morris. And it's Thornton in for Beal. Wizards making a switch here. Sessions is checked in. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Capella. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Both good from the line that time.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Nene with the screen on Terry. Stolen away. Here's Brewer. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt him inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
The three-pointer, no good. Wizards leading by 5. Temple, the pass to Nene. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Nene's got his second basket of the game.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
It's Harden with the drive. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And both free throws good for James Harden. Sessions. And no good trying to get that one. And well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could. And boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Yes, sir. He has had too many uncontested runs to the hoop. But even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterized time.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Beverly in at the point. Porter kicks to Beal. Nice ball movement by Washington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Beal's got 9.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
And last year, the Wizards at time played excellent team basketball. I mean, it seems like every time the shot went in, it was coming off a pass to find the open man.
Wall dishes to Gortat. That pushes it to double digits. And now a 10-point Washington lead.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Daniels, who's checked in for James Harden. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Beverly, the pass to Ariza. Another miss by Houston.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Beal with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Howard with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Wizards leading by 8. It's Wall with the drive. And he slams it one-handed.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Modiunas. And Beverly kicks to Howard. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Jared Dudley's checked in for the Wizards. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Brewers checked in. Wall dishes to Gortat. All sorts of time. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that. Right?
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
Just 3 to shoot. Dudley, no luck.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Howard gets to Ariza. The tray. Rebounded by the Wizards. 1:14 left to play here in the third. Wall passes to Beal. Lets the three fly. The shot no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
In transition, here come the Wizards. It's tipped.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
No good from Beasley. Wizards leading by 9. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Wizards, Nene comes in for Morris, and Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And a switch here also for Houston. Capella's checked in, and so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Wizards shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Gortat. James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. So he comes up empty, missing both.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Marcus Thornton on the wing. Feeds it to Dudley. Launches it. James Harden with the rebound. One second left. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Wizards. They're up by 7. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Sessions out there with Thornton. Then there's Jared Dudley. Then there's Nene. And it's Porter. And the small. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
That's been their bread and butter down, their long-range shots.
And that's
going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And Washington making a change here. Gortat's checked in. Houston also making some changes. Riza comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Corey Brewer.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And Dudley kicks to Thornton. Over to the left wing. Now here's Sessions. Just 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it. And he gets it back. That's good. And the Wizards lead by 10.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Washington. Ball comes in for Sessions. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Porter kicks to Gortat to the left side wing. Clock at 6. Here's Wall. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Washington leading now by 8. Good.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job. Boy, that was a violent throwdown there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
For the 3. Wall with another miss.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think. You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Washington calls timeout.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Howard's checked in for Houston. There's a screen by Gortat. And Wall kicks to Thornton. Ariza again. Gortat. The pass to Porter. The dish to Thornton. Here's Wall. Shoots it. And again, Washington no good. Beverly against Wall. And it's Beverly missing. Washington leading now by 6. Here's Morris. It's tipped. Stolen by Harden. .132 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Howard. Shoots from the right block. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Wall dishes to Gortat. Nice ball movement by Washington. Morris kicks to Gortat. From deep, Wall can't get it to go. And it's Houston the other way.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
There's the bucket, good. And the Wizards lead by 7.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Got that one up quick.
Just dialed in from the three-point line in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they're putting a world of hurt on him with the triple.
Harden inside the three-point line. He drains the quick shot. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And good on the basket. Book it. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 8. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
He summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 8. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in it.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game, but whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Terry off the drive. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
And so they foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
At the line.
And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're losing by 8. 9 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
Off target with that shot. And welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Cavaliers in an interconference battle here at the Quicken Loans Arena. Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Davis and Ashik in the middle. Holiday at the 1 with Gordon at the 2. And it's Evans in the small forward position. And Drew Holiday, the bucket on the assist by Davis. Holiday's got the opening field goal of the game for the Pelicans. Well, last year the Pelicans were a team on the rise, making the playoffs, a solid season overall, especially on the road. Really, they sent notice by what they did away from New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, 17 road wins. I mean, you say to yourself, well, that doesn't sound great. But when you're a young, up-and-coming team, one of the things that you can really value is your ability to go into hostile environments and have success. They're going to be building on that confidence.
And so he makes both from the line.
As for the Pelicans on the road, I mean, they had the fewest road wins of all the West playoff teams. The franchise hasn't had a winning road record since 2009 when they were the Hornets.
4-on-3 break. It's tipped. James, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Davis kicks to Evans. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Evans has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And for the Pelicans and their road struggles last season, they are a younger team. It's a team built around a young superstar in Anthony Davis. So taking road lumps is just kind of part of that growing process.
Can't hit. And Cleveland the other way now.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Now the feed to Davis. Goes up on the high post. And he hits the jump shot.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Outside Irving. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Passes it to Davis. No good off the front iron.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
James dishes to Thompson. For 3, Smith. And the shot is good. Smith's got himself on the board with 3 there.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And with the way the Warriors went on a rampage last year, you knew that Alvin Gentry would be in demand. Was the architect behind the Warriors' offense, is one of the best offensive minds in our league.
And stolen by Gordon. And now the Pelicans on the break.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now here's Irving. 5 to shoot. The pass to Thompson. From 12 feet out. That misses off the backboard. Pelicans leading by 4. Outside Gordon. Left side Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Mozgov passes to Fry. Mozgov drives in. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Here's Shumpert. He kicks it to Fry. It's stolen by Ajinça. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers on top, up 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Cleveland. Going out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Channing Frye out there with Mozgov. And it's Dellavedova in the point guard position. Now here's James. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Cavs didn't start the season as a team built around the three, but they would end it that way.
Yeah, and after the trade for Smith and Shumpert, it changed their dynamic. All of a sudden, they can do a lot of damage from beyond the arc.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Here's Cole. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 9-foot shot. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Ryan Anderson.
And you know, for the Cavs, they ended up in the top 5 in made threes per game, but they actually led the NBA in made threes per game after the trade.
For the Cavaliers, Love comes in for Mozgov, and Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. The Pelicans also changing it up.
That athletic.
Yeah.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Love again. It's Davis. And it's Love penetrating. Makes it off the glass. Love's got his first points in this one.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Pass to Davis. Kicks it out to Evans. The three-pointer, no good. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And Cleveland making a change here. Thompson's checked in. New Orleans also making some changes. Omer Asik, he's checked in for Anderson. And it's Drew Holiday in for Norris Cole. And that one's good by Davis.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Double team on Holiday. Kicks it to Asik. Davis with it. Picked up by Love. And Davis, here we go. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter after only making 40% from the field in the first.
It's deflected and stolen by Gordon. Here's Evans, and that one is hammered home.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And, guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Pelicans last season, a very solid team rebounding, too. Top to bottom, the team they would rebound as a team.
And one of the metrics that I do like, that they led the league in contested rebounds. I mean, that speaks to the effort that this team competed with. And winning those 50-50 rebounds means more than just collecting any old miss.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter. You know, you look at the Pelicans, and it's not surprising, guys, to hear that they led the way or league in contested rebounds. I mean, they fight for every inch of space on the floor, and rebounding is just part of that mentality they have.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Love. Smith comes in for James. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Shumpert. To the right side. Dellavedova kicks to Irving. He feeds it to Dellavedova. They set the screen. Puts up a three. And another shot. Irving. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And it's Davis missing.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Outside Irving. There's the steal. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
So for New Orleans right now, Evans and Davis, the forward tandem. Holiday at the 1 with Gordon at the 2. And it's Ashik in at the 5 spot. And then Gordon with the dunk. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
On defense, Cleveland trailing by 2. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists in the game.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
You can see the emphasis is to get out and run.
The Cavaliers shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Yeah, you've got to avoid those kinds of turnovers.
Yeah, mistakes like that derail any team.
Alexis Ajinça has checked in for the Pelicans. Evans kicks to Holiday. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Holiday's got 4 points this quarter.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Iman Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And a change for the Pelicans. Cole's checked in.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
They get it back. Kicks it out to Evans. Here's Anderson. Off the left rim and out.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Kicks it out to James. And Norris Cole's going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Dellavedova's got his first basket.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
For New Orleans, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Outside Gordon. To the inside. Ajinczak kicks to Cole. Good on the three-point shot. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Kevin Love. New Orleans also making some changes. Cunningham comes in for Tyreek Evans. And it's Pondexter in for Gordon.
And for the Pelicans, part of why they look so mature is how they protect leads. I mean, rarely giving away points for free and knowing how to close out games.
And, you know, guys, the Pelicans only lost 5 games last year where they led going into the fourth quarter. They won 38 when entering the fourth quarter with the lead.
Think you wanna get rich. You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk bed. Peers know they upset. That Lambo in your gate. Nah, you can't take a loss like that. Off that. Wasn't really forced to shop at Ross like that. do it just because. Got this ballin' in my blood. Think I came this far to shoot dubs. I don't think you trying to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. You don't want it. I don't think you want. Now you ain't got what it take to do it like me. Get your head up in the game or you can sightsee. Waiting for a handout, this ain't that right league. Spend so much time out here